Today we had a big piece of news be released from FIFA where they have officially selected Spain, Portugal, and Morocco to host the 2030 FIFA World Cup with inclusions of Uruguay, Argentina, and Paraguay for the first 3 games in order to honor their 100-year anniversary of hosting the World Cup in Uruguay. Okay, process that.
You just read an entire book.
It's insane. There's a lot to process here. And then for 2034, they've secured their selection of Saudi Arabia as the host for that tournament. No sharing the tournament there, just straight up Saudi Arabia will be hosting it. Will it be a summer tournament? Will it be a winter tournament? We don't know that yet.
Okay.
But Saudi Arabia earns the selection. And this has caused, obviously, a lot of controversy and a lot of drama already because, well, if we're being honest, this does mean that in 2038, we can only get an Oceanic or North American World Cup hosted, which means we won't see a South American or African World Cup until 2042. Remembering that some of the most iconic ones we've seen were the 2014 World Cup in Brazil and the 2010 World Cup in South America.
Yeah.
Some people are saying foul play from FIFA here as they ultimately bended the rules in order to pull off the Saudi Arabia bid for 2034.
Yeah, and that's actually my first reaction when I hear that news is why not for the 100-year anniversary aren't we doing it in South America?
Exactly.
Like I don't get it.
I don't get it.
Like if we're gonna do one game there, what's the point, man?
It's so-key insulting.
There's no point.
I'd rather not do it.
I would rather not do it. Let's just do it in Spain, Portugal, Morocco only. This makes no sense to me. I'm not a fan of this at all, bro. I would rather Argentina and Paraguay just share, and Uruguay as well, share the whole thing, specifically Uruguay. Since that's where it was held, or since they were the winners in 1930, why not? Why not? It's set beautifully. The stadiums are there. Yeah, sure, maybe they're not the nicest, but they're massive. They're huge, and it's football culture. It's legacy. It's history. And so, yeah, I'm pretty upset by this news.
I'm upset because the way they bent the rules to get the Saudi Arabia bid in 2034 was they considered that those 3 games, by the way, not 3 match days, 3 games happening in South America, as South America essentially hosting the tournament. So then they're ruled out for the following 8 years. Africa being involved in Morocco's inclusion rules them out for the next 8 years. And then obviously Europe with Spain and Portugal. That's 3 continents that they just completely slide over so that then they can look over to the Asian region and say that Saudi Arabia is the rightful host. That to me is where I just can't get along with that. Because obviously when it comes to Saudi Arabia, they're going to host a great World Cup. I think they have great stadiums. I love the Blue Jewel. I'm not worried about that. But the selection, the way they went about it, I think is foul play. And I think it's these big countries having their hands in the pockets of the FIFA members.
Yeah, and this will be really interesting too because for Morocco, I mean, how many games are they going to get?
Exactly.
Like 10?
Probably.
And we're going to count that as an Africa World Cup? That's bullshit,
That's bullshit, bro.
It sucks, man.
Like,
it's not good. Because at the end of the day, the North African region has done so much for football. They deserve their own World Cup. Why not have Morocco, Algeria, and Egypt, Libya, if the things get better there? Why not have them all host an entire World Cup? It'd be ridiculous, bro. But instead, they share it with Europe. I don't like that either. It's the same thing with South America. Yeah, and then for Saudi Arabia, it's going to be Qatar 2.0. It really is. The stadiums are going to be state-of-the-art. It's going to be some of the craziest stadiums we've probably ever seen in football history. I'm not worried about that. But I just hate that they had to bend the rules to make it happen so quickly. And then also... It's going to be in the winter, dude.
Yeah, right.
It's going to be in the winter.
There's no way they, air-conditioned stadiums.
No.
2034, maybe there's more advancements. You don't think so?
Quantum computing allows for...
It's going to be winter again.
It's going to be winter. And, bro, the tournaments we had this summer in Germany and in the United States with the Copa America, that was one of the craziest summer vibes I've felt in a long time, brother. For me, it was actually better than the World Cup vibes we got in the winter. And just winter international tournaments don't hit the same, bro. They don't hit the same. So that's what we have waiting for us in 2034. That sucks. I'm just going to be completely honest, bro. That sucks. And ultimately, I think what this means... And we've known this for a long time.
Don't tell me. Don't tell me. I want to believe it's
becoming
something
more
good.
apparent is that just money runs this world, bro. Money runs this world, and FIFA only see green wherever they look, bro. Because also what this means is we're probably going to get a World Cup in the USA every like 20 years.
Oh, yeah, because 2038 is probably going to be the USA.
Probably going to be the USA. They're probably going to do a USA, Mexico, and one game in Costa Rica.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's 2 games in Canada.
Yeah.
And it'll be mainly in the USA. They're probably going to do this all the time.
2038, bro. They're not doing it in El Salvador, man.
No.
You know, they're not doing it anywhere. Like, it's going to be the USA. And then that 2042 World Cup, will they actually stick true to it? Will they actually do it in South America or Africa? I could see them just going back to Europe and doing England, for example, who would be dope to host. I will say, 2030, I'm still excited for because Spain is basically in my top 5 countries for where I would like a World Cup to be hosted in, bro.
True.
Stadiums are the best in the world, in my opinion, right up there with England. You include Portugal, love Portugal stadiums, and Morocco does have some dope stadiums too.
Yeah.
We get over those South American games in the first 3 matches. Sure, I'll buy into it. I'll be happy about it when the time comes. I wish it could have gone differently, but still, I think 2030 will be a fun one. I think 2034, though, the way that people are going to research that tournament and build it up, I think it's going to be very controversial when people, the casuals of the sport realize what had to happen for that tournament to actually be made into fruition, man. I don't think it's going to be good, bro. It's Qatar 2.0, and I just wish FIFA could have done things right this time around, given that they were so heavily criticized for 2022 in Qatar.
Yeah, for real, man. But again, this has just shown me they don't care. It doesn't matter as long as they're making money.
Crazy, man. Crazy.